morning, my neighbors. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you all. So today we are leaving for Kaduna. Reason why you see me dressed like this because they say when you go to Rome, you do what the Romans do. So we're about leaving for Kaduna. I've ordered a ride to come pick us up to go to Utako Motor Park where we're going to get a car to Kaduna. We hear it's like 2 hours away. We wanted to take the train to go to Kaduna. But the train is so complicated to take for foreigners. They say you need NIN. In Nigeria needs to travel with you. Like you cannot use one NIN to register two people. It's just so complicated. It was a whole complicated ball game. So it wasn't possible for us to use the train. I was really looking forward to that train experience, but since it's not possible, we move. So we're going by road. I'm hoping that it actually takes 2 hours and the roads are safe for us because a lot of people when they hear that we're going to Kaduna, they're like, "You girls are not scared. The road, everything, even the train stuff is not even safe." Like some people just feel like movement on land is not safe, but the roads are safe for us. God has preserved us in Jesus' name. So yes, I just said let me do this intro now before we get going. Not me looking at myself and feeling like, oh, more, if I was actually a Muslim, I would have been a very fine Muslim because look at beauty. This head scarf life actually fits me. See how fine I look with my hair covered. What more if it's exposed? Anyway, it's too late for me because Jesus Christ has already called me and he has bought, signed, and sealed my life. So I cannot turn back at this point. The moment we got into our ride and he wanted to kick off, the car wasn't starting. The car developed some issues. So we sat in the car for a couple of minutes for the driver to fix whatever issue was happening with the car. And that's when the sun outside actually hit me hard because at home I did not feel it. I was under AC. But sitting down for a couple of minutes, the car not moving, it felt like the air was on a standstill. I started sweating, and that's how I remember that I have sunscreen in my bag, so I should just open it and quickly apply on my face and on my hands, basically areas where it was being exposed to sunlight because I was prepping myself to go to Kaduna, and that is a northern state in Nigeria. So I was expecting a lot of sunlight, so I just had to get ready. So we left the house later than planned. Originally, we planned to leave the house as early as 7 a.m. to use the train, but the train was not seeming feasible for us. We started trying like the previous day to get on this train right up until this morning. That's why we left the house at 12 noon. We're still having hopes that something was going to work out and we're eventually going to use the train, but it just didn't work out. I heard they had tightened their security measures as per who could board the train because we're trying to avoid headsmen, just any kind of person just buying the ticket and getting to the train to attack people. So that's quite understandable for them. So I get why it was impossible for us foreigners to get on the train. So I ordered the ride to take us to Utako Park. On getting there, I asked the driver where we could get a car to go to Kaduna, and he said it was going to take longer for the car to get filled from Utako to Kaduna. Where is faster is at Mabuchi. The moment we got to Mabuchi Park, I saw a population of people standing everywhere under the tree by the side of the road waiting for a car to take them to Kaduna. Apparently, it was 2 days to the Muslim feast Salah, so people were moving back home to celebrate with families. Both human beings and rams, sheep, everybody was just on the move. So we stood under the tree for like 1 hour 30 minutes. We finally got a car. One personal car just came and stood by the side of the road and said Kaduna. The way we rushed it, entered, we sat 3 behind and Vicky sat in front, and I'm like, thank you Jesus, let's move. One of the things I was expecting to see just as we took off was this giant rock I had heard that I was going to see on my way out from Abuja to Kaduna. Now this is not a rock, or this is it, I do not know exactly. I'm just saying this story now because there is a rock standing in front of me in this clip, and I remember that, oh yeah, I was looking forward to seeing this rock. I had heard that it's called Zuma rock, and you could see like a human being's face being carved on the rock. It's so visible on our way out from Abuja to Kaduna. I did not see any human being's face on any rock. I don't know if it's that I did not see the rock or if it's that my eyes had problem, but I don't know. I was specifically looking at all the rocks the moment we left Abuja, but I did not see anyone. Please, you guys should let me know, was I actually supposed to see this rock on my way out from Abuja, or is one of those things that people say it's on your way out to so and so place, but you can't see it from from the highway. You actually have to stop and maybe enter a village or enter one road somewhere before you see it for yourself. Please let me know if that's actually the case for this rock. After driving for a bit, it was time for Muslims to have their prayers. The driver actually stopped in front of this mosque, went out, they had their prayer. Vicky and I were the only non-Muslims in the car, so we sat in. By the time they were done, got back into the car, and then we continued our journey. This is one thing I really admire the Muslims for, because there was a day I walked into the bank and the cashier there was a Muslim. It was time for their prayers. She left us standing there, went and had her prayers, and nobody said a word. But in my mind, I was like, if it was a Christian who did that, the way everybody would riot on the Christian's head. Muslims have just portrayed their religion so much to our faces that we have accepted their prayer time to be a norm, so it's not a problem if they stop whichever activity they are doing when it's their prayer time. But with Christianity, that is not the case. I don't know why that is so. Please let me know down in the comment section. What exactly did the Muslims do differently to make us respect their prayer time so much? And what exactly do Christians need to do to actually make people respect their prayer time as well? Because mind you, if it was a Christian who did that at the bank, they will not even tolerate it. From the manager to the customers, everybody will riot like, hey, do not trust in them, people have brought this church, I want my money. But it was a Muslim girl. Everybody understood that she had to pray before she could continue her work. Anyway, that aside, we got into Kaduna, and my oh my, Kaduna is beautiful. Please DJ, play me Beautiful. I was pleasantly shocked with how gorgeous this place is. Now, with us in Cameroon, once we hear of the north, we just think of a lower standard of living, like they don't have so much money, they're just living like this ordinary life, living in huts, thatches. I mean, there is just this notion that comes with the north. And if your friend even tells you like, oh, I was sent to the north to work, we start pitying you like, oh, sorry, how do you cope? So that was what I kind of like was expecting. Mind you, I really do not do so much research about a place before visiting that place. Now, after I've done my security research to know if it is safe or not, if I can film, I cannot film, and all of that, and the landmark places where I could take pictures, I do not go about searching looking for the streets of the town, because I just want to be surprised. Let me use my eyes and see it myself, because that's the essence of traveling for me. That's how I like to do it. Other people like to like see every nitty-gritty before they travel, but me, that's the case for me. I like to just be pleasantly surprised when it comes to the streets, and I was so glad that Kaduna did that for me. Fam, this place, I'm like even Yaounde, Cameroon cannot ever. They have good roads, giant buildings. In short, it did not even feel like I was in a northern state. The image I had in my head or what I was expecting, it was definitely not the case. Vicky and I were so shocked. She kept on saying, Carol, can your country ever? I'm like, no, no. We feel open up, we cannot open the mouth. One thing I noticed in Kaduna from the moment we got in was the fact that they had a lot of foam companies by the side of the road, and I could see a lot of transportation of mattresses, foam, and all of that within town. So in my head, I'm like, do they actually produce foam here? I do not know. Please, if you do know why that is the case, let me know down in the comment section. Two Hajas trying to figure out their way, so we stood here waiting for our host to come pick us up, and I was just amazed at how beautiful this place is. Like, see road go cry. I mean, look at road. I mean, this road is so wide. Ha, Cameroon. Hi. I now understand why some people who are well traveled, when they come back to Cameroon, they feel so frustrated. I could not get it. But now I'm beginning to understand, because when you see certain countries and you see how beautiful like they are, you start wondering if our politicians do not travel as well and they do not see how other people are developing their countries. The way Vicky and I were so pleasantly surprised, and we kept on exclaiming like, this is so nice. Our host was like, why are we screaming? Like, Nigerians actually invest a lot of money in developing their roads. That's one thing for them. And it just reminded me of what I said when I visited Owerri. I'm just like, Nigeria is beautiful beyond Lagos and Abuja. I'm going to say that again. It feels like all the other states are actually so beautiful as well. This just further gingered this burning desire I have in my heart to visit all the states in Nigeria, but my bank account will not let me. I feel like at this point I should just open a GoFundMe so that we all should just contribute to make this a reality, because it's a win-win for all of us. Because as I'm moving and seeing the places, you're also seeing all the beautiful hidden gems there is in Nigeria and the media doesn't really scream so much about. There is more to why we call them the giants of Africa, not just in their population but their development as well. They deserve that title. Family members, do you guys also want to see other places in Nigeria, or maybe I'm the only one who is thinking this in my head? Let me know down in the comment section. Kaduna has this place they call Murtala Muhammad Square, where people could come and do sports. They have activities, fun, competitions, and all of that. And in my head I'm like, this Murtala Muhammad, I think that's what Lagos Airport is also called. So it feels like this particular name carries a very strong significance in Nigerian history. Please, if you do know who this person was or is in Nigeria, please let me know down in the comment section. For them to name the Lagos airport after him, and then there is a place here in Kaduna again named after him, it means he was a very big person. And I would just like to know a little bit about him. Now, let me tell you guys something. People are chopping money in Kaduna. See, there is money to be chopped and spent in Kaduna. Can you see the kind of houses they are building? See, they are building good infrastructures. See, God, I like words to say it. Now, Kaduna is the capital city of Kaduna State, and as at 2006, it had a population of about 760,000 people. But from what I saw, nobody needs to tell me that numbers do not hold again. They have probably tripled at this point, because the development I'm seeing here with my eyes and the amount of people I saw on the road, you should probably stay tuned to my next video to better understand this point I'm talking about. Both Christians and Muslims live here, but more than half of the population, over 60% of the population, is made up of Muslims. The people here seemingly live a normal life like any other state. The major difference you will find the moment you walk into the state is obviously in their dressing style, which automatically sends you a message that you have stepped foot into a Muslim land, so you should expect that dressing. I really like the environment and I think I can stay here, but for two things: their weather and their language. For their language, they speak two languages, English and Hausa, but Hausa is predominantly spoken here. Even those who cannot speak it still do understand it, and I really struggle with learning languages. But for the weather, there is a solution. Obviously, drink more water, stay hydrated, or use an AC. Outside those two things, for me, I love the vibe of Kaduna. While we're still doing our sightseeing, it began to rain, and I'm just like, oh my god, no. We still had so many other things we had planned to do. We had to visit the market, visit other places, but the rain just kept on getting worse, so our sightseeing just had to come to an end. We went to the park to go back to Abuja. We got to the park when it was raining cats and dogs. Because the rain was falling so heavily, there were no passengers. Vicky and I were literally the only two people in the car, but the guy was still insisted that he was going to go back to Abuja regardless that night, because he doesn't live in Kaduna. Now, it got to about 7 p.m. when the rain reduced, but the guy was like he needed like two other people to come and join us in the car for it to kick off. So it was like 8:30 and the car was still not full. At this point, I just knew we had to dead the idea of traveling back to Abuja this night, because the roads, people already say it is not safe during the day. What more of at night, and to make it worse, a rainy night. So we did not just want to put the Lord our God into test, we just had to sleep. We decided to step down from the car and go and do a little bit of sightseeing before going back home to sleep, because I mean, we're already spending the night, so we could as well just see nightlife in Kaduna. So we went around on a bike, just seeing what the nightlife looks like for them, and we wanted to try out their suya, because we all know that if you want to eat good suya, it's from the north that you could have like good proper suya. But I was shocked that they do not have like an active nightlife here. I don't know if it's because rain had fallen prior to now, or it's the fact that Muslims are generally very reserved people. Please let me know down in the comment section if you live in Kaduna, or you have experienced a vibrant nightlife in Kaduna, please let me know down in the comment section where I could experience that. After moving about trying to find a suya spot, we finally saw fire. The way we rushed here, just to realize that the guy is even still starting. This is just raw meat put on the grillage, and I'm like, oh my god, at 9 p.m you're still roasting, like you're still starting. Did you have plans to sell this night at all, or like I just don't understand their nightlife? I looked opposite and I saw Chicken Republic, and I'm like, oh, okay, this place, okay. Looked back at this meat and I'm like, oh, I don't think we can stay here and wait for this meat to get ready. I just told Vicky that, you know what, let's just dead the idea of soya this night and go back home. That's how we carried ourselves, got into this keke to take us back to our host's house. And family members, people who did not plan to sleep in Kaduna, had the best night in Kaduna. Our host wife welcomed us very well. See, I mean, she taught me a lot on how to be a good wife without saying a word. Her actions indeed speak way louder than words. She's so welcoming, homely, and warm. She prepared everything we needed to make our night a great one. From boiling water and putting it in the bathroom for us to shower, to providing comfortable pajamas for us to sleep in, to giving us food. The one which shocked Vicky and I the most was the fact that she went all out to iron the loincloth she gave us for us to tie and go have our bath. I'm like, intentionality screaming. See, there are levels to this good housewife thing. Oh, God bless her for us. I really learned so much from her on how the wife's attitude can actually determine the entire mood of the house and the visitors as well. At this point, I think I'm ready to receive my in-laws. I'll see you all on the next one. Bye.